If you're deep into bulking season and you're tired of that bland old boring chicken, I've got an absolute classic for you: ground beef and rice. You can divide this up into however many servings you need to reach your calorie goals. Starting off here with 2 pounds of ground chuck, and then we're also doing this white rice from Costco, which as you can see is approved by my dog. Don't worry, your dog will approve of it too. I'm just doing a cup of rice for this. You can do more or less depending on your goals and how much rice you like. Since I'm doing 1 cup of rice, I need 2 cups of water. I'm doing it in the pot instead of like a rice cooker, so it's a ratio of 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. Adjust accordingly. As you can see, I spilled a little bit. If you spill a little bit yourself, make sure you go back and clean it up. Make your mom proud. I start the rice on medium to high heat until it starts boiling, and then I turn it down to low. Make sure you cover it. Next, we're heating up our pan for the ground beef, again medium-high heat. I set a timer for 10 minutes for the rice. It took a lot longer than that, but the timer's just kind of like a ballpark. And once you see it boiling like this, that's when I start to turn it down to low heat. Now it's time to put the ground beef into a pan that's already started to heat up. Here I'm putting in a mix of ground beef and beef heart and liver. I like to eat beef organs because they're some of the most nutritious foods on the planet. However, they taste like pennies and dog piss, so you get them mixed up in this ground beef and they're a lot more palatable. I put a little bit of salt in while it's cooking in the pan. I do most of my seasoning after the fact though, just so it's not drained out later. Next, I put the rice into a bowl, and I like to weigh it out just to make it easier to divide later on. Rather than just trying to eyeball how much volume of rice I cooked, I just put it on the scale, see, 600 grams, divide that by 4, 150 grams per serving. Just makes dividing everything up a lot easier. Once all the pink is out of your ground beef, you're going to want to go ahead and get ready to drain it. My parents always told me never drain directly into the sink, so I put it into a strainer, and the strainer's inside the pot that we cook the rice in. Obviously all the rice is out now, so I'm not dumping all that grease on the rice, but it just saves it from going down the drain. I don't know if it's actually bad for the drain or not, but that's just what I've always been taught. And just shaking it up a little to get the rest of the grease out. Again, here I'm doing the same thing with the beef, where I put it in the bowl and then weigh it out just so I can divide it up easier. Whenever you're putting the beef in the bowl, treat it like a nice lasagna or a layered cake. Put a little bit of beef on, then put a little bit of seasoning, and just keep doing that as you go up in layers, just so whenever you mix it up at the end, it distributes a lot more evenly, rather than just dumping a whole bunch of salt and seasoning on the very top and hoping it gets all the way to the bottom. I put a plate on top, but as you can see, nothing is moving around because there was no space for it, and you can see right here where I start to realize that. So instead, I switch it out for the lid I used to cook the rice, and now there's a little bit of space for everything to move around, and we finally start to get a good mix. Once you're done, let all your dishes soak so someone else can come and clean them later. Just kidding, Mom. I washed my dishes. Once you're done, everything should look a little bit like this. Feel free to spice it up on your own with some vegetables or something. Got some more salt in case the American Heart Association didn't already think this meal was a total monstrosity. No bulking meal is complete without a little extra bit of hot sauce on top. You know the meal is bussin' when you get the hiccups while you eat it. Just kidding, this sucked. Here I tried holding my breath until they went away, and thankfully it worked. Here's me wondering if eating all this food is worth it. I started working out to not be skinny, not to eat 2 fucking pounds of ground beef at once. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you tried this recipe out. I think you'll really enjoy it. I eat it like twice a day. It smacks. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.